amazing in this oil business. I look back and I never believed a kid from the north side of Houston would end up in all the adventures and the things I've seen and been involved in. I guess as far back as I can remember, I've always been kind of interested in science and particularly chemistry. Of course, I don't know, being from Texas, it's kind of natural, I guess. And it just kind of happens, but it's kind of like the old myth around Texas. Most of us either have something to do with oil or something to do with cattle, and in my lifetime, I've done both. Always had great ambitions. You know, I always wanted to be first in things. I wanted to be able to achieve, climb another mountain. The one thing I always said about talking about things, if you've got some cattle, you can talk to cattle because they won't talk back to you. You always got a lot of smart people that think they know too much, and all we need to do is get along and work at the problems. Right now the problem is energy and making sure we have enough for people, making sure the U.S. can produce a lot, and maybe some of the things I can do to help contribute to that so we're not so dependent on everybody else. We need to be mindful of our environment. But people need energy, they need oil, they have a lot of things that they have that are dependent on oil. Most of so much stuff around us comes from hydrocarbons. We've got a lot of oil sands in the United States and also in a lot of countries around the world. One thing we needed to do is really to turn that into a good, vital source of oil. That brought me to MCW Energy. Oil sands has been getting a bad rap, really, with a lot of environmental issues, because most people only know about it from up in Canada. MCW, I found out, were looking at this for some time, needed a good oil man, and I thought maybe I could help. And they really came up with the right solution, which was really very simple, nothing more than having the right solvent to extract the oil, to wash it off of the sands. That the technology that we were able to work with was waterless. There's no water, there's no pollution, nothing goes in the air, nothing goes on the ground, but the finished clean sand after you extract the oil out of it. This was just the type of thing I believe that not only gives us good sources of vital oil for the country, but it does it in an environmentally friendly way. I think it's a great technology. I think it's something that's going to be around for years. We have millions and millions of barrels of recoverable oil out of the sands that we control in MCW Energy in the leases that we have there. So I'm looking forward to running not only this plant, making initially 250 barrels of oil a day, but also I'm looking to raise the bar there to come up with a 5,000 barrel a day plant that will even further demonstrate the viability and credibility of this type of a process that people have been looking for a long time. It's going to mean jobs for people in that area or wherever we put this facility or these type of facilities. It will provide revenue for people. It will provide tax money for the local and state governments. A lot of good win-win situations there with a system that, again, certainly meets all the criteria of being green. So I'm glad to be associated with that, and I'm excited about the days and months ahead as we develop that literally worldwide.